At the University of Portland, staff and students are thinking of one of their own. Dr. Matthew Rigg is Associate Vice President for Student Development at the U of P. Now, campus officials say Rigg is recovering with loved ones while police investigate an alleged attack on Rigg with a baseball bat. According to court documents, police responded to a 911 call Friday night. They found Rigg bleeding from the head near his home. Investigators say 52-year-old Patrick L. had waited outside Rigg's home, then hit Rigg repeatedly with a baseball bat. University officials say L. is a former university employee who resigned in May of 2017. According to police reports, L. was angry over a university investigation into a sexual assault claim he filed 3 years ago. The alleged victim was a member of L.'s family and a student here. University officials interviewed the alleged victim and found that the sexual assault claim lacked merit. One of those investigating officials was Dr. Rigg. After the alleged attack, doctors put 18 staples in Rigg's head. Rigg told investigators he thought L. was trying to kill him. Later that night, police went to L.'s home near campus and arrested him for second-degree assault. A spokesperson for the University of Portland declined to comment on this case because of the ongoing investigation. As for L., he is out of jail and due back in court later this month.